Welcome into the sanctuary. How wonderful it is to be here in this wonderful vortex of energy that has been growing and growing and expanding for 70 years now. And to know something more about ourselves if we're open to that. You're not just here by accident, and this is not a random visit. You are here at your soul's invitation and your soul's desire, and so am I. And so it is a glorious thing as we together endeavor to become more and more of a one mind, one heart, one life, one power, and as such, complete what we came here to complete. Make the difference and leave this world in a greater and grander state than we came into. That's all. No pressure. And so, you know, what one can do, the power of one. Well, what one can do is talking about you, it's talking about me, it's talking about what you can do, and what you can do is change the world. Indeed, you and I are changing the world all of the time. It's ongoing, it never ceases, for good or for bad or indifference, whatever. But we are. But the invitation today is to change the world consciously and make sure that it's a change for the better. So, we are ready. We're here because we are ready. There's no more preparation. There's nothing else to do or become. We are ready right now. Now is the appointed time. Regardless of what we may be thinking about our lives, and regardless of what the ego may be telling us, because the ego will always say, you're not ready yet, dear. Even other ways to go. You're not ready yet, you know, because really look at this and look at that, and you're not this and you're not that yet, and you know, that could do with a little bit of improvement over there, and so on. So the ego will always keep us thinking we're not ready. Well, we are. Everyone in this room is in this room because you're ready, and I'm ready. And the question is, will we measure up to our readiness and to this opportune time for you and for me to be what we came here to be? Awake, alert, and functioning in the capacity as the portal of light that we are, as the image and likeness of the divine that we were created as, and to simply allow ourselves to relax into that awareness and be it. To know ourselves as the divine knows us. If it wasn't St. Teresa, it was Catherine of Siena who said, you know, if only you could let God be the God in you that God created you as, what a wonderful world it would be. Not so much in those words, but in her own ancient way of saying it. But that's what she said. And then Meister Eckhart, 500 years ago said, why can't you just let God be God by means of you? What is the matter with you? Why are you stopping this? Why are you blocking this? Why are you lessening who and what you are? And so, why are we here indeed? To be that. In being that, how do we go about it? You and I are here to ease the suffering in life, the suffering in ourselves and the suffering in each other, by helping each other to rise up out of the darkness of any idea or experience or feeling of isolation and separation and disconnection into the sense and sensibility and the experience of connectedness, belonging, being one in mind and heart and body and soul and in all of our thinking, feeling, doing. That's why we're here. We're not here to indulge ourselves in fun and games and play all of the time, although that's good sometimes, that's very good. But not all of the time. We have a job to do. We're here to work. We're here to be in sacred service to life. That's what we signed up for. That's what we jumped on this bus coming down to planet Earth for, to be in service, to go to work. And of course, to have wonderful joy in the process of it all, and to make it play, and to make it joy, and to make it fun. But you and I are here on a mission, on a mission. Now, this mission, this work that we came to do, the service that we're engaged in, has nothing to do with you and me spending endless time thumping ourselves on the breast and saying, oh, what can I do? Miserable wretch and sinner and wicked that I am. I can't be of any good to the world. I'm trying to take care of myself, for God's sakes. What do you think I can do for nearly 8 billion people? What can I do? I'm barely keeping it together and hanging on myself. Well, of course, that's not the self of you speaking. That's the egoic self of you, endeavoring always to keep you on the edge, to keep you in fear, to keep you in anxiety, because it's dead scared of annihilation. It thinks that if it can integrate itself with the true essence of your being, it will be annihilated. That's why it's going to fight tooth and nail until you say, look here now, ego, it's okay for you to settle down and calm down. I am not a danger to you. I am no harm to you. Indeed, I can bring you peace. I can bring you rest. You can be part of this great process that I am here engaged in. All is well. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's okay. So instead of all of the excuses you and I make because, oh, well, we're not good enough, we're not able enough, we're not ready enough, we don't have what it takes enough, and so on, and that's a story, and it's a false story, and it's time to release it and let it go. So I'm saying pick yourself up out of the sackcloth and ashes and be done with it. And if there's still a residue of feeling that you're not enough, take it, surrender it, release it into the sacred fire at the center core of your being and allow it to be burned up and done with and finished with. And rise up out of that sackcloth and ashes like the phoenix that you are, for heaven's sakes. This is the true essence of your being. Believe it or not, but one day the awakening will come and you will know the true essence of your being. How do we go about this? How indeed do we go about this? Well, first thing you and I have to do is to take a straight look at ourselves in the mirror. And God help us if we only see the form looking back at us, because we are so much more than that. Then we have to take ourselves on as our primary project, as our primary relationship. We have to once and for all take a look at the whole package and rearrange it. Because what you and I are, in essence, is this amazing, awesome, individualized canvas. Think of yourself as an artist with that canvas there, and the creation of your life is what's going on that canvas. Take the care, take the time that an artist would to tone it right, to align everything in it right, to be open to the muse within you that will move your hand with the brush strokes that need to happen in order to produce the art piece that you are, the original work of art that you are. You do it with enthusiasm, you do it with eagerness, you do it with a great curiosity, knowing something great is emerging, something great is fantastically emerging now, and I am the one that is allowing the master to move the brush strokes. I'm in cooperation with that which is greater than I am, with the great muse within me, the great sage within me, the great teacher within me, the great intelligence within me. I'm freeing it to move itself through me as I paint this awesome canvas of life. Not just my life, but life, the life that moves through me, the life that moves through me, as my expression of it. There it is. That's what we do. We face into ourselves so that we can work with ourselves in a way that we are secure in ourselves, we're comfortable in ourselves, we have come home to ourselves, we are true to ourselves. What is it we don't understand about that? Because that's what we could do. We can do this. And we could spend time, effort, and energy doing this instead of going, oh, God, be merciful to me, a sinner, a wicked wretch that I am. I'm useless. I'm no good. What could I do? Oh, my God, look at the billions of people out there and all their needs and so on. And you think, I can make a difference. What is the matter with you, God? Look at me. I'm a mess. Now, that's great, great, great fiction. And we love to read it. It's great fiction. Let's stop thinking in terms of a fictional life and start living the true life of our being. That's all you and I have to do to change this world. Oh my goodness me. Dr. Ken put a list of all of the hot spots up on the internet recently, and it's a whole page where there is turbulence and truculence occurring. Line after line after line after line after line after line after line. You look at that, and you have to stand before it and say, I can make the difference. I don't think you can make the difference. The power of one. Oh my goodness, children are doing it. The 12-year-old who made a beautiful difference, all because her grandmother was 100 years of age, and she decided she was going to put a little musical thing in the assisted living for her. Then when she realized that so many people there didn't have a visitor in the world, nobody to come in and do something for them, she got a little group together and she started to go around from one place to the next to the next. Very soon she had 20 different venues that her troupe was appearing in and lifting up spirits and so on, and that's growing and growing and growing. She was 12 years of age. She is now a little bit older. A 12-year-old is making a difference in the world. The 8-year-old, some time back, 2 days after the Haiti earthquake, saw a little boy sitting on a pile of rubbish, crying his eyes out, and he thought, I have to do something for that little boy and all those other children. So he thought, and he said, oh, my teddy bear is such a comfort to me when I hug it. So what I'll do is I'll send teddy bears to the children in Haiti. Went into school, got the school in on it, got other schools in on it, little radio program got in on it. And very soon, 25,000 teddy bears on their way to Haiti, and 22 more thousand given to other nonprofits. And now this little boy who started out as an 8-year-old is collecting all kinds of toys and school supplies for children all over the place. 8-year-old. Then the 13-year-old, who at 8 years of age ran a 10K so that that eventually it could support the discovering of a cure for cancer. And after a little while, it became very close to home. Her father was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and so she got a group together running for the cure for prostate cancer. And very soon that developed into $100,000 that was collected for that. Unfortunately, her dad didn't make it to see her put together a triathlon group and so on and so forth, and make $250,000 to bring cure to that particular type of cancer and so on. You're talking about an 8-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 13-year-old, and we're sitting here saying, what can we do? What can we do? I mean, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of people making a difference beyond their own lives in our world. You're not going to hear about them. They're not sensational news, so you won't hear about them. It's not horrific. It's not terrible. It's not awful. But we're out there, and many of you are those people who are out there in the world making the difference. The power of one. This is what you and I can do because we are equipped to it. We're created for it. We have the spiritual DNA going for us. Our lives can be anything we want our lives to be, but thinking makes it so. Thinking makes it so. So the big thing, the big challenge for you and for me is to catch on to the thinking we're thinking that produces the feelings we're feeling, that produces the behaviors we're engaged in. Thinking makes it so. So how do we get around this thinking stuff? You and I have to become black belters at being still, being quiet, being silent, and listening. We have to listen more and think less. We have to listen more and talk less. We have to tune into that intuitive, discriminating intelligence within us that knows how to guide us in wisdom and grace. And for that to happen, there's no other way but every day of your life and mine dedicating a portion of that day to being still, to being quiet, to shutting up and listening. And you say, oh, I've tried it and it doesn't work. Honest to God, Reverend Moira, I have tried this. Dr. Moira, I have tried this. All for years, I've tried it. I just can't do it. My mind can't be still. It just keeps thinking and thinking and thinking. And it's not my fault. It's not that I don't want to. It's not that I'm not trying. I am trying. Oh, trying. Yes, we are all trying. In some way or another, we're trying. We're trying unto ourselves and unto each other. But the thing is to stop trying. You see, here's the thing. Your mind, your ego has an idea about how your stillness and quietude and listening should be. Like there's nothing going on. You begin where you begin. At the very beginning. What a novel idea. The greatest thing you could say to yourself is, just begin. Just begin. So you begin. And the first thing you do is to be okay with whatever shows up and whatever happens. Every single endeavor to be quiet and still is an absolute success. So you sit in your chair and you're feeling uncomfortable because you're sitting in your chair doing nothing. And you're supposed to be quiet and still and listening. To what? The sirens overhead, the noise outside, the gardener with his blower, whatever it is. No, just to recognize that you're quiet and still and you're just listening. And if you hear all of this stuff, that's fine. Hear it. In fact, make an effort to pick out every single different noise you can hear. And then start just breathing, and focusing on your breath. And when you focus on your breath, you can't do anything else. You can't be thinking of anything else, just focus on your breath. And it'll happen to you that something will crop up and you'll get a kick in your solar plexus and you think, oh, I have that awful call to make as soon as I finish meditating here and being still and quiet. Oh my God, I forgot to whatever. That's fine. Be okay with it. Don't try to stop it. Just recognize it and let it go. Recognize it and let it go. Just keep doing that. But show up, dedicate, commit yourself to being still, to having a quiet space, a quiet corner where you want to listen to that internal truth that is ever speaking to you, ever trying to catch your attention, never ceases to try and catch your attention. We are told in all kinds of ways across the board in all kinds of religions that the divine is eternally singing within our hearts, dancing within our hearts, speaking to us within our hearts, and never ceases. But nobody's listening, nobody's picturing, nobody's visioning, nobody's seeing. And if we could, oh my gosh, oh golly gee, there would be a lightness to our breath. There would be a lightness to our step. There would be a joy radiating from us, no matter what our circumstances are. And our circumstances are always going to be our circumstances. We're always going to be challenged while we're wearing a body. And on planet Earth, three-dimensional planet Earth is a school. You'll be challenged. And I'll be challenged. We'll all be challenged. The only thing is, we will move through them poised with grace and with ease. And we will know this too is passing, and great good comes out of this. That's what we will know. Deep down within the fiber of our inner being, we will know that. We will know that we are here not to experience anything that's less than, not to experience pain and sorrow and sadness and suffering. Quite the contrary. We are here to be the opposite of all of that. We are here to be the image, the likeness, the power, the presence, the energy of the true essence of our being as we are created to be. Who's going to convince you of your worth and your value and your uniqueness? It won't be me. It won't be any book. It won't be any guru. It won't be anything other than your inner awareness of truth, your great good self within you. That's the only source of you knowing the true essence of your being. No one else can do it. We're really like dogs. Have you ever noticed dogs and their person? Dogs and their person. The person has the ball in the hand. The dog's jumping up and down. The ball is in the hand. You see, if the dog, for the slightest second, looks away as the person is throwing the ball is still looking at the dog, is jumping up and down, looking at the finger, and the finger is saying, it's over there, it's over there, it's over there, and the dog is looking at the finger, and the finger's over there, it's over the finger, over there. He's not going to see where you threw the ball. For that one moment, the eye wasn't on the ball as you threw it, so the finger is still the thing, pointing. And we're just like that. We keep gazing at the pink finger that's pointing at the truth. We don't go, we're like ants that are trying to crawl to the moon. We're like ants that are trying to crawl to the moon when we don't have to be ants crawling anywhere. We are the moon, you see. So what is it going to be? Are you going to keep your self-talk keeping you bound, small? What we have to do is overcome our smallness, our tendency to think small, to feel small. And we're going to have the courage and the tenacity to be the more, to be the greatness that we are. That's what the challenge is. Be your greatness, be your moreness. Stop being your smallness and using it as an excuse as to why you cannot whatever. We live by the seat of our can'ts most of the time. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. So the true essence and the true message today is the power of one, and the one is you. What one can do, and the one is you. You change the world, whether you know it or not. So let's consciously together unite in one mind, one heart, one body, the invisible body of the divine, and change the world the way we are made to change the world, with every thought, with every feeling, with every word, and with every act, knowing all of that has nothing to do with me. It is the action of the divine within me. You are the power. You are the life. You are the light. You are the one the world is depending upon, the world is waiting for. Are you going to accept your commission and the true essence of your being? And am I going to pony up and produce? And so it is.